Hi everyone, in this video we will be covering contingency interventions. So basically we have covered antecedent interventions, which are the strategies or interventions that can be used before the behavior is happening. We covered positive behavior support systems, we covered PRIMAC principle, behavioral momentum, priming, forced choice, PACs, teach, social stories, video modeling and visual schedules in that. Now we are at contingency interventions and we will be covering token economy, positive practice, overcorrection, response cost and timeout in contingency interventions. You can remember this by the term contingent means conditional. So these are the strategies that are used to modify behavior by altering what the consequence of a behavior. A behavior has happened and based on the consequence, these interventions are used for that. So these interventions are based on the principles of reinforcement and punishment, that is the consequence. Token economy. Token economy is a system in which individuals earn tokens for desired behaviors. For doing a certain behavior, they will be earning tokens. Those tokens can be points, stickers, chips, or anything. And then these tokens can later be exchanged for preferred reinforcers. So they have a particular reinforcers. They can use those tokens to exchange for their reinforcers, be it toys, snacks, privileges, and all, and anything depending on individuals. Token economy helps in increasing desirable behavior. It is a common strategy used in classrooms and therapy settings and even in rehabilitation centers. Next is positive practice. It is a technique where an individual is required to repeatedly practice the correct or desired behavior after engaging in an undesired behavior. So the person has engaged in an undesired behavior. He has to practice a positive or desired or correct behavior continuously, and that would be known as positive practice. For example, if a student scribbles on a desk, they may be asked to repeatedly clean the desk and practice writing on paper instead. Next is overcorrection. As the name indicates, correcting again and again. So it is a form of punishment consequence where the individual must correct the effects of their behavior and sometimes go beyond what is required. There are two types of overcorrection, restitutional and positive practice overcorrection. The restitutional one is in which the individual restores the environment to a better condition than before the misbehavior. For example, if a child throws food on the floor, they must clean the entire dining area, as it is the procedure known as overcorrection. They have to clean the entire dining area. This is an example of restitutional overcorrection, in that is restoring the environment. Then positive practice overcorrection. Again, the individual repeatedly practice the correct behavior. Example, if in the hallway, they must walk back and forth multiple times. The removal of a reinforcer after an undesired behavior occurs, reducing the likelihood of a behavior in future. For example, someone engaged in an undesired behavior, their reinforcer will be removed. Their enforcer will be removed at that time. This will help in reducing the likelihood of the behavior in the future. Example, a student loses a token or privilege after breaking a classroom rule. Time out. It is a procedure that removes an individual from a reinforcing environment for a short period to decrease undesirable behavior. As the name indicates, time out. So the time will be taken from his or her reinforcing environment. The student will be removed from that environment for a short period of time, engaging in undesirable behavior. There are two types of timeout. Non-exclusionary timeout. This is the type in which the individual remains in the this is the timeout in which the individual remains in the environment but is denied access to reinforcement. Basically, the behavior is being ignored So the behavior is being ignored and the reinforcement access is denied despite being in the environment. An exclusionary timeout is where the individual is removed from the environment where the reinforcement is available. For example, sending to a quiet corner. Timeout technique must be used appropriately to be effective and ethical. Coming towards the MCQs, which of the following is an example of a token economy? Giving a child a sticker for completing homework, which they can exchange for a prize. What is the main goal of overcorrection? To make the individual practice the correct behavior repeatedly. Which type of timeout involves removing an individual from a reinforcing environment? Exclusionary timeout. What happens in response cost? A reinforcer is removed after an undesired behavior. Which contingency intervention involves requiring an individual to correct the consequence of their misbehavior? Overcorrection. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.